All right, guys, we're going to talk foam rolling. Every time someone comes to the gym, I ask them if they foam roll. And the general answer is, I have a foam roller, but I don't use it. Or I've heard of it, but I don't know how to do it. Or I don't know how it will benefit me. Basically, more people need to foam roll or myofascial release. So, lacrosse ball, foam roller, or PVC pipe. I say or because PVC pipe is cheaper than most foam rollers. And this is more, it's harder. So it's hard for people to start out with this sometimes. It's going to be too uncomfortable. In regards to having a foam roller with nubs and all the fancy schmancy stuff that you can get at the store, personal preference. I don't like it. Other people do like it. There are lots of options. There's different shapes, different sizes. You can use all of those, but we're going to stick to some basic shit here. So, lacrosse ball. I like to start bottom up. What that means is I'm going to start with my feet. The more you foam roll, the more you get familiar with your body and the areas that you need it. As well as, depending on the workout you're doing, you will foam roll the muscle groups that you're going to be working out. Here at Dirty, we often do full body workouts. We don't generally focus on a particular muscle group. So whole body foam rolling for a warm-up is a good idea, as well as foam rolling for a cool down is a good idea. If anything in a day, foam roll. If you don't have time for anything else, it will superbly help your body. I'm not scientific about a lot of this stuff. I know a lot about it. I've taken numerous courses and classes and read a ton about it. I have practiced it a lot myself. I have had clients do it, but I'm not going to get into the technical reasons as to why it's beneficial. I'm just going to show you how to do it, because most people, I don't think, care. They just care if it's going to work. So if you can see past the fact that it seems like it's boring, tedious work, because it kind of is, and look at how beneficial it is and how well you will feel after foam rolling, and specifically consistently foam rolling, you'll love it. So starting with feet. So I take my lacrosse ball and simply, I don't know if you can see here, roll the bottom of your feet, putting as much pressure as you possibly can. Excuse my leggings. If you know me, I love leopard. So that happens to be what I'm wearing. Also, super fuzzy First Form hoodie that I basically live in. I am in the gym. It is winter time. It's about 18 degrees out, so it's a little chilly. You can get the hoodie on our First Form website if you're interested, but that's not what we're focused on. Focus on feet. I would stick with each group about 2 minutes. You can do a little more, you can do a little less. Totally up to you. Add as much pressure as you can. It should be a little bit uncomfortable, but it should not be painful. Sorry you can't see my face. I'm going to move through this pretty quickly just to demonstrate different areas. So, bottom of your feet. And if you're really ballsy and you want to put 2 balls, one under each foot, give that a go. I can't put that much pressure on my feet. It hurts like a motherfucker. So I do one at a time where I can control the pressure a little bit more. And you're going to go all the way from your toes, the ball of your foot, the middle of your foot, all the way to your heel. Again, it should be a little bit uncomfortable, but not painful. It often feels like, the best way to describe it is like Rice Krispies, kind of crunching up. The more you do this, the less it should feel like that. It will become smoother. That crunching is the lactic acid breaking apart, which is what we want. So, using the lacrosse ball for your feet. Now, I'm not going to go over everything. I'm just going to go over some quick, basic ones here that can be utilized as a warm-up for a workout or simply to do something with your body for the day. Next is calves. You can use the lacrosse ball, or I like to use the roller. I'm honestly not, I don't like the foam one for myself so much, but that's only because I do this a lot and I just don't feel like I get a lot out of that. So for your calves, You are going to, you can do both at the same time. Start down at your ankles. Make sure you're rolling muscle, not tendons, not bones, not ligaments. And you're going to go slow. A common thing I see people do is like hammering the shit out of themselves. That's not what we're gonna do. You're going to go slow and you're gonna add pressure. Excuse me. So I'm just using my hands, kind of lift my body up and roll on the roller. And you will roll slow until you feel an area of discomfort, and you're going to let the pressure of either your body weight, or you can cross to add some more pressure to work on that area, okay? Some people might be more tender in this area than others. Again, the more you do this, the more you'll learn your body and the areas you need to work on. And you can roll to the outside, roll to the inside. Again, you can do one where you're adding more pressure. If you don't feel much from this, you can use the lacrosse ball. Obviously, this is covering more area. This is going to I totally drew a blank, but anyway, this is going to get into a deeper, smaller area. I like the pipe for this one, but again, it took a lot of trial and error for me to realize what I liked. And again, not doing the back of the knee because that's mostly tendons, but you can go up to the back of your knee. About 2 minutes, and then you can move on. You can't do too much of this, okay? And so long as it's not painful, you're not hurting yourself. Next is right about where your butt meets your legs. And I like to sit nice and tall, depending on your mobility, I guess. A lot of people can't sit tall. They're going to come here, and you can use the wall. The sweatshirt is really big, to try to gauge sitting up nice and tall. And you're just going to sit there. I don't feel too much there for myself, but some people will feel a lot. And from there, again, you can go to your hamstrings. You can do both at one time, or again, you can do one leg and you're just going to shift your weight a little bit to one side. I very rarely feel much when I roll my hamstrings, but someone else might feel a lot. What I do feel a lot of often is right here on the booty. Okay, so you're going to shift to one side because we don't want to sit on your seat bones. We want to be on the muscle. So you are going to do one booty cheek at a time. I need it right at the top typically, and I do use the ball quite often only because that is the super tight spot for myself, and I will usually go up against the wall instead of on the floor because on the floor is too much pressure for me. Riding horses my whole life, falling off horses my whole life, getting pregnant at a young age, my pelvis is not happy most of the time. So I have to work this area quite a bit for myself, especially when we're doing things such as deadlifts. I need to make sure I am very warmed up for that. So once one side's done, we go to the other. If you're not feeling like you're getting too much there, I'm going to shift to the other side just to show you. You can cross a leg. Whoo, yeah, that's a lot different. Okay, so that just kind of opens up a little bit more space to get that roller in there. So about 2 minutes on each side, you're good to go. Then we flip, and we're going to do the quads. So there is a back and forth discussion as to whether you should roll your IT band. I do not recommend it. It is not a muscle. It is usually super duper painful for a lot of people. I'm not going to debate if you should do it or not. I'm just not going to do it. I am going to do my quads. Once again, I'll start at the knee, and you're going to slowly roll your way up to your hips. And you're looking for a spot where it might be uncomfortable. And if it feels uncomfortable, you're going to stay there and let the pressure of your body work that foam roller into the muscle. If that's too much for you, I'll shift over to the edge of the roller so that I'm going to use this leg to adjust how much pressure I'm putting on the roller with my body weight. I feel like I could do this for the next 45 minutes. But again, we're moving through it quickly for what we're doing here. So I'm going to focus mostly on the lower body here. I'll do another video for upper body stuff. But lower body is what we use a lot as human beings because we stand, we sit, we walk, some of us run, jump, all the things that we use our lower body for. And super important to make sure our muscles are working properly. So, if you come to Dirty, majority of our classes, you are responsible for your own warm-up. We don't go through a warm-up prior to class except for on the Tuesday classes, which is the foundational fitness, where I teach you firsthand about you doing this stuff. But foam rolling and whatever else you like to use for a warm-up, you are responsible for prior to workouts. So if you have any questions, let me know. If not, I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye guys.